everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back to do a full review of the new YSL Libre Le Parfum. So when I heard that this was coming out, I could not wait to get my nose on it. You guys know Libre is probably my favorite designer release in the last 12 or 15 years. Seriously. It's my favorite line of fragrances, designer fragrances that I've smelled, like a new release designer fragrance in a long time. I think the only other fragrance that I've loved as much as this one was Marc Jacobs Decadence when it came out back in, I think it came out in 2014. But yeah, I'm just crazy for YSL Libre. I definitely haven't watched any other reviews of this fragrance, but I had kind of heard, things here and there, and I heard quite a few people say that it was very, very similar to the Intense formulation, which I do agree with. But I like the Intense formulation way better than this one, and I will tell you why. Because the Intense formulation still retains that almost, it's a really syrupy, buttery, nectar-like perfume, but the lavender in it gives it this beautiful, fresh, almost sharpness that cuts through the really intense, sweet syrupiness of it, and that's what I love about that. It's one of the things that I just love about the whole Libre line in general is the lavender and how it transforms all of the other notes that it's blended with. And this one, I feel like, I don't know if I'm right or not. I have no idea, obviously, because I don't know what the concentrations of things are in each formulation, but I feel like the orange blossom is amped up in this, and the lavender is, I feel like there's less lavender in it. So because of that, I feel like it's a little bit smoother, it's a little bit more well-rounded than any of the others. So I feel like for anybody out there that maybe doesn't love the lavender in Libre, I think this will be the formulation for you. To my nose, this one is much heavier on the really smooth, sweet orange blossom note. So the top notes on this one are ginger, mandarin, and saffron. I definitely get a little bit of a warm ginger note for sure. It's subtle though. It's a very subtle ginger. I think really what it's adding is some warmth, and I do think it's helping to cut the sweetness on the orange blossom a bit. I don't get saffron at all. I don't get saffron out of the bottle, and I didn't get saffron on my skin at all. So for people that really, really don't like saffron, I don't think that it would bother you in this one. It's really undetectable to my nose. It's also got some bergamot in it, which keeps everything light. And then of course in the middle, you've got the orange blossom and the lavender. Base notes are bourbon, vanilla, honey, tonka bean, and vetiver. I think the honey is adding more of the sweet smoothness. And I think that the honey is also what kind of keeps the lavender from being sharp. And I feel like in some of the other, especially the original formulation, and maybe even feel like maybe in the Eau de Parfum as well as the Intense, I feel like it's got lavender both in the top and the middle. I could be completely wrong about that, but I feel like I remember there being lavender in the top and the middle, which is why I love it so much, because it gives it a kick. And I love it. And you don't really get that kick in this one because this one is so smooth and well-rounded. I'm so glad I've got a travel spray of this. I will wear it and I will love it. Do I feel like I need a full bottle? Definitely not. I do think that it is very, very similar to the Intense formulation. I am glad that it still smells like Libre, but this is probably, well, this one and the Eau de Toilette are a little bit different smelling than the others. I don't know if I would say the Eau de Toilette is more different smelling or this one is more, I want to say I feel like this one's a little bit, not different smelling, but it's just got different qualities to it. It's so smooth. This one is so smooth. I don't feel like I will need a full bottle of this. I've got 2 bottles of the Intense, and again, I just love all of the other ones in the line more than this one, really just because of the lavender situation. It's stunning. This one also did not perform as well on me, and it could be because it's been so warm. I will definitely wear this again in the cooler weather. In fact, next week we're supposed to have a day that it only gets up to 54 degrees, which I cannot believe it. That is cold for this time of year for us. So maybe on that day that it's really, really cool, I will test this again and see how it performs, because when I wore it in the warm weather, and I've been wearing Libre Intense almost this entire summer, and it performs amazingly. This one didn't do so well in the heat. It definitely, I only got maybe, now don't get me wrong, it still performed really well. I think I got 5 or 6 hours out of it or so. I'm just so used to all of the other formulations that are almost nuclear on me. I can get 12 hours out of those, even more. Those are like, if I wore it one day, I'll still smell like it the next day after I've been to sleep. Like, I'll still smell like it until I take a shower. I'm just used to that. So this one, even though this still performs really, really well, it's just not as nuclear as the others in the line. So anyways, guys, that is my full review of the new YSL Libre Le Parfum. I do hope that this one was helpful. I hope it all made sense. It took me by surprise. I was fully expecting to love this one more than I do. Not that I don't love it, I do love it. I just don't love it as much as I love the others. But anyways, you guys, I do hope that you all enjoyed this and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.